Love or death? Steady progress in obedience to your mind might have brought you within arm's reach of the long-awaited end of the road. If you crane your neck, you might see that and summon the will to keep going. What of that bundle of details you've been hauling, though? Doesn't it get in your way? What if, rather than carry an external data set that doesn't fit the formula, you actually dared to incorporate it into the final analysis? Power, right now, gently bids you to trust it, to submit to love you'd been in denial of. Love has been there all along, obvious to those who've dared the initiation. Brawn won't help you with this one. You have to soften your fist. Love will flow. You'll feel its regenerative power in every fiber of your being. Feel the echo and answer it. How well you're bearing up right now has everything to do with attitude. Your body is doing everything it can to keep you moving in the positive direction, yet you sense it's time for a rest. Knowing you're so close, taking a break right now might seem counterproductive. It will be, too, if all you do is drop and stop altogether. Sure, strategic thinking will get you where you need to be, but if that's all you rely on, you might have trouble negotiating your way to the end of the road, where the gate to glory awaits your entry. Maybe, instead of a full-fledged timeout, simply shifting awareness will do the trick and give you the spark you need and clarity. The goal is there. You can just about see it when you peek around this great big thing that keeps getting in your way. You may be keeping up with your mind's dictates, yet the moment begs you to consider the rich arsenal of intelligence available. Are you fully aware of the value of your load? It is, in fact, a mother lode, pure potential waiting to be put to service to carry you to the full-blown promise of a better world that you've been working toward. Your mind has served your will very well, but something wants discovery. You already possess it. Take a step back and see. You've been holding the greater part of true power outside of the whole of your being. What information are you ignoring? As much as you value your intuition, ancestry, or higher knowing, you have one last thing to consider. Ignoring it will only slow you down. While at this point the idea of rebirth seems to be a bit out of sync with the idea you've held about muscling through the barrier in front of you, it's truly the only way you're going to break through with any decorum. The whole of you wants to enter the realm of glory, not just the mental muscle, the brawn, the pointed will. While power and focus are yours, they are not all that you possess. Why then allow them to be all that possesses you? This moment rings with the magnificence of triumph, but only for those who are willing to soften, to gather, and to trust what they cannot yet understand. There's been a sound case made for the legitimacy of power. Without acknowledging the necessity of love at its core, it will, like any lost cause before it, fall to shreds. How can it now be disregarded? Your will and your undeniable power must submit to the supremacy of a higher will, undying power. Within you, you have what it takes to gather all you've counted toward your favor. Your mind has the capacity to sort through the ballast and create from it a means of propelling yourself into a breakthrough. You've dwelt, perhaps, in the idea of transformation. Now realizing the moment is itself gathering the distilled crystallizations of truth, you must summon the intangible from within. Softness carries truth further now than can steel. Dare you test the limits of your power? Where you sense tough resistance, merge it with love. Dare yourself. Take a deep breath and face the magnificence of the eternal now emerging anew. Love your potential enough to do this. The fruit of transformation stands ready just beyond the edge of what you can yet see. Regeneration affords unlimited creativity, and a landscape in which to establish it opens wide before you. Youthful enthusiasm rises from movement engendered by trust. If you've watched your own actions of late, maybe you can see certain patterns that you'd missed. It takes a lot of courage to recognize, acknowledge, and take responsibility for them. More so to honor the underlying intelligence of time's natural momentum and allow the patterns to resolve. With the way thus cleared, you have nothing to hold you back. Unleash your voice. You've held it back, perhaps, or maybe it had become subsumed in the resonant dissonance of controlled chaos. All that was part of a dying order comes to meet itself in the sacred halls of transformation. You dare enter, for the alternative to regeneration is death. In your wisdom, you choose life. Emerge then, and let your spirit give shape to its song. Speak, and trust the space that surrounds you to nurture your echo into a reverberation of truth. Distant ages are listening, ready to respond. In the moment of rebirth, the rules are rewritten, the expectations dashed, no longer morphing the projection into banded rays of broken light. Renaissance issues from daring to surrender to the whole of your being. Will you discover the power in love? When you do, you will see the love that had been hiding in power. From behind all appearances, when you finally give into it, love will reveal itself in the most surprisingly creative ways. This week's contemplation from the pages of Opalescence. Sometimes the original chord seems lost in noise or music or sound of a dissonant register. When the noise dies down and reverberations settle, the original chord yet exists, seemingly reborn from what had no form or substance of it at all. Thank you for listening. If you like this channel, please be sure to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can keep up with all the new videos that come out. I thank you all for your kind support, and if you are interested in helping this channel along, please visit ko-fi.com/divine9, where you can buy a coffee or subscribe for monthly support. Everything's greatly appreciated and helps extend the mission of the League of Light. Please visit me at ninespath.com and explore all of the books and videos and writings and drawings that the League of Light has transmitted through me, and be ready to change your world. Until next time, have a great week.